D&T show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discussion is advice. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Star Trek, The Final Frontier. These are the voyages of the G&T show. Our continuing mission, to explore Star Trek storytelling, to seek out new worlds and interesting characters, to boldly go where no show has gone before.
Naomi Wildman. I was setting it up. Oh. Welcome to the G&T show, where obviously we have no script.
Yeah, let's just get this puppy started.
As always, the beautiful, the lovely, the high-booted, short-skirted, big-breasted Terry Lynn.
That would be me. Admiral Shaw.
She's badass.
It's Ceridian.
Good morning. It's Sunday on the G&T show.
You know the worst part of this morning? It's not the getting up early. It's the fact they're making me wear clothes to do the show.
It's time for coffee clutch.
Strap on your helmets, boys and girls. It's gonna get rough.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those mornings.
Let me put on my seatbelt, my helmet with the little blinky light on top.
For safety.
When we decided we were going to do the G&T show,
Man.
one of the things we said was no standards. G&T show does not go on the air because we're ready. It goes on the air because it's 9 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Mike could have snapped by then and killed us both. Pain sticks for Mike, evidently.
We have our production meetings on the air.
Well, it's the best way to get you to adhere to things.
Yeah, you've now set an expectation. That's the thing about the G&T show is we set no expectations.
I need more coffee.
Wow,
I'm trying to figure out whether or not I want to do general news or Star Trek news, and I figured
this is
out.
Terry
Okay.
having a series of small
It's news.
strokes, actually.
Well, it doesn't take long for this show to deteriorate, does it?
Straight the fuck downhill.
I don't always podcast, but when I do, I G&T.
Good morning. Welcome to the G&T Show, episode 140. I'm Terry Lynn.
Joe Lontrue. I'm Gettysburg 7, Nick. And there she is, like she said, to my left. You're right. She's so cute. She's cuter than a gnome battling a thunderstorm with a cocktail umbrella. It's Terry Lynn.
Aww. That would be cute.
Wouldn't it be
Thank
cute?
you.
And to my right, your left, there he is, wearing his toga this week because it's just a magical day. Ceridian.
Kapla. Toga. 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 Yeah, okay. How's everybody doing today?
That was so
Yeah.
cute. That was adorable. The Klingon toga party. That would be a blast, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it would smell.
Because you know Otis Day and the Knights would still play.
Oh, they have to. I mean, you know, they're booked for the next 5 centuries. Otis, my man.
Oh, gosh. Good morning, everyone. How you doing?
A couple of humans sitting there. Klingons walk over. You mind if we dance with your dates?
Your date?
Why, no. Please, go ahead.
I know we date with your date.
See what you've started now?
I know. There's Matthew Anderson.
Of course.
Starting it already. Perfect.
Fern's
Oh my
dead.
gosh.
She died in a kilt explosion. She was going to make me a pot and everything. Do you have a couple of dates for my friends?
Mike, do you know what we're talking about?
Don't know. Let it just hang there. We cannot explain everything. Some of them just have
No,
to hang there.
I'm just going to say, because if he hasn't, then he has a movie he has to watch. That's all.
Is this Blues Brothers?
No.
Mike, just
No,
go
damn
outside and come back in the studio when you're called in. Just.
In other words, just do what I normally do during Coffee Clutch.
Coffee Clutch. I love the picture that Sunsail just put in the chat room. It's Sam
With the Sam the
comes
Eagle,
in.
yeah.
You're all weirdos. You are all weirdos.
I love Sam the Eagle.
It's Sam Rock.
It's his face.
I know. He's so grim.
See, now I'm getting mesmerized staring at Sam
Sorry,
the
everybody.
Eagle.
We're watching this picture. We're watching this GIF or GIF or whatever you fuck you use of Sam the Eagle from the Muppets. We're just cracking
Speaking
up.
of Muppets, have you guys
Yeah.
been watching the Jim Henson Creature Challenge?
I have not. How is it?
So, some of the things that they're making these contestants do are phenomenal. I mean, they're making animatronics and there's makeup. I mean, it's face off, but without people half the time. It's pretty freaking amazing. And then earlier this week, I heard that there's going to be a new Farscape movie. So now it all makes sense, at least in my head.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited. I love what Henson had done with Farscape, and And now that they're, quote unquote auditioning, new people, new talent, and the prospect of a new Farscape film has just got me all giddy.
What the hell?
Was that Mike?
That was me trying to be giddy.
I love it. Klingon giddy. I don't know if it works.
No, maybe it's more like. Don't know. I'm tired.
That's great.
Did you see what Sensei just put?
Sensei just put in the chat room. Yeah. Big grin.
No, that's funny.
Oh, but how do we want to talk about? No, I guess we should talk about that because that's really Star Trek news. I'll wait till Star Trek news. So what did you
doing a show in her own head right now?
I was gonna say we've had I do that. I do that. You know I do that. We had a busy week. We actually got 2 supplemental logs done this week.
One of which has already been released.
I know. If you guys.
Did? Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah. And so we have a fantastic conversation, as always, with Keith R.A. DeCandido. And we got to talk to him about his new book, The Klingon Art of War, which is due to be released next week, May 5th, I think.
I love Keith. It's just, I hate the fact we always have to pull things out of him. That he's so, quiet and introverted.
He's so quiet. He's not talkative at all.
No.
What interview were you guys in? Because I needed to draw pictures and needed a map to figure out where we were going.
Actually, it's probably the most on point one with him because he was so focused on,
We actually caught him when he was so busy. He actually talked about less than 40 things.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. It was cool.
Yeah,
very nice.
It was fun.
I was kind of surprised. It was cool. Like, you're on fire this morning.
Don't give him shit.
Say so.
But other than our supplemental logs, what were you two doing this week? What were you up to?
Okay, I guess I'll go first. Well, let's see. Supplemental logs. Actually played Stowe, but we'll talk about that later.
Right.
I finished my the first draft of the Star Trek Online novel story outline.
Cool.
And I want to say I'm about halfway through the second draft now. Could have had it done yesterday if I had not played Stowe.
Well, it's nice to see that you were back in game. I could only jump in for a few minutes without doing other things today, but I had played pretty much all night Friday night. What about you, Nick?
I played Stowe on Tuesday because of the new episode, but we'll talk about that as Michael said. I was pretty sick on Tuesday. Yeah, I stayed home from work Tuesday because my allergies were so annoyingly bad.
I can hear them in your nose right now.
Yeah, and then Friday I had to go to the doctor because I had to do the whole glaucoma checks, so they had to dilate the pupils and everything. So that was fun. And my life is one big fucking party.
Aww.
But I did get a new Black Canary action figure.
Oh, you did?
You saw it.
Cool.
I did. I liked it.
Yeah, you did. How could you not? It's Black Canary. Oh my god, fucking Arrow. OMG.
Really?
Yes. Mike, did you finally see it? Because
I did see it.
Right? The first 40 minutes, you were like, okay, this is a good episode. Oh my god, what just happened? That did not just happen.
Everything just happened in the last 5 minutes or so. It's like, wow.
Now, I don't care if people haven't seen it. Spoilers. Okay, after Deathstroke killed Moira, did he cut? I was so in shock, I think I missed it. Did he cut Thea's arms free? Cut her, where her hands were bound? I think he did, so that she's free now, because Oliver had pretty much passed out from everything.
Yeah.
And okay, question for you, and for any of our audience out there who's listening, although they can't answer such. First of all, Sarah better not be gone. If Sarah's gone, I am gonna. No, I don't think so. But
wasn't that the season finale?
No, season finale is in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, She said she was going to get a friend. So, we're going to see a friend. Okay, here's my thought. She went to see a friend. Fucking Slade's running around doing all the shit he's doing. Killing people, causing havoc, being a bad dinner guest, belching at the table, the whole bit. Oh, and there was another John Barrowman shout out. But, although they don't call him John Barrowman.
Right.
But I'm just saying that for Terry's. So do you think he's going to show back up? Because, if Moira's dead, do you think that that Sarah went to find Raja Ghul or Lisa Al Ghul, the assassin, to help deal with Slade?
Excuse me, I don't know a lot of who these characters are in terms of, but isn't Black Canary part of a trio or something?
Birds of Prey, yes, which could have gone to get Huntress, because remember Huntress was on a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, so perhaps, we'll be seeing her again, with friends.
That's what I'm thinking, or if she went to get Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm. Or she may introduce us to a whole new character entirely, We don't know.
I would agree with that, except it's leading up to the finale, so the introduction of so many, of bringing back Huntress.
She doesn't have to come back this season. She could be done for the season.
Dude, I will cut you.
I'm just saying.
I will get Slade Wilson on you and put a katana through your heart. She's black in it. I will.
Okay. Well, let's hope that she returns before the season's over, but I won't
Baz
hold
says
my
he
breath.
can only think it will be an Al Ghul. Yeah, see, I was thinking that too, that she's going to the League of Shadows to get help. If Sarah brings in Catwoman. No, I don't think they're going to use Catwoman and she's not so much a part of the Green Arrow mythos.
Oh, I know nothing of it, so.
Terry, I really think you would enjoy the show.
Oh, you know what? I have no doubt that I would. I really have no doubt that I would. This week was all about S.H.I.E.L.D. for me. Warehouse 13.
Baz says Slade Wilson wishes he had my knife skills. I'm not even going to say it.
I just consider one of those things that Baz is just another one of those items in Australia that's just trying to kill you.
I really think that Baz... never mind.
So did you guys watch S.H.I.E.L.D. this week?
Of course.
Yes.
I'm actually quite excited to see that so far, at least, Ward really is Hydra.
Well, yeah. This time he finally made it kind of obvious that, and I had hope. I was hoping that he was just playing both sides.
I think it's funny. I watched, I follow Melinda, like I said last week, I follow Melinda Snodgrass on Facebook, and she's a big gamer, and she's a big, watches television and talks about it a lot. So she comments on pop culture quite a bit. And for those of you who don't know who Melinda Snodgrass is, she's a fantastic writer and wrote the episode A Measure of a Man in Star Trek The Next Generation. She lives just north of me by about 40 miles. And she posted on Facebook about this week's episode on S.H.I.E.L.D. that, it's so much more fun to watch Ward. He's a much more interesting character now that he's evil.
That actor is so sinking his teeth into this part.
Isn't he? Talk about how fun this role just got for him. But it also, Alan and I were talking, at the beginning of the season, you have to, I have no doubt in my mind that Ward was set in, that they knew exactly what they were doing with his character, even at the beginning of the season. Because now I look back on some of the things that he was saying and what he was doing, and it really does flow very well into the fact that he was almost too nice of a character for being, you know what I mean? He was almost too, I don't know.
All I know is all the fucking with the Sky haters. Stop it.
Yeah, I like her. I like her character. Like I said, I think that a lot of the show's going to revolve around Sky because we all, what was it about her that so many S.H.I.E.L.D. agents had to protect her from when she was a baby? That's never really gotten into.
Well, I like the fact they started.
I think she does.
I like the fact they started to go there, and then everything that happened has caused a change of direction, so it's still hanging there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's kind of cool. That's the poster for the new episode. Poor Mike.
Oh, poor Sensei.
Deathlock. I have a feeling this is where, now it makes sense. I have a feeling that Deathlock's going to be E. If there's anybody Mike still cares about, it's Sky. Oh, I love this show. So much fun. Well, let's talk a little bit about Star Trek news. Yes?
Sky got a lanyard.
He did get a lanyard. Yeah, but you know what? Ward did too, and look at what happened to Patton Oswalt. God damn it.
But you know what, though? Do you think that he was telling the truth, that he does love Sky?
I don't think he loves Sky now. I think he knows that Sky's something special and wants to lure her back
he's
to
been locked
Hydra.
in a closet with her. He knows she is. Hello!
I think that he may have thought about starting to care about her. I don't think he has the capability of caring about anybody. I think that he really thinks that Sky's would be a useful tool, another weapon.
I hope he dies and suffers a horrible maiming.
I hope he doesn't, because he'd be a fun villain to have for the next few years.
Well, aren't you supposed to be wishing villains?
I know. There's always those people you love to hate.
No, because come on, did you root for or against Hans Gruber in Die Hard? You rooted for him.
I did?
Yeah, I didn't either. It's okay, Mike. You wanted the guy to die, and you knew it was going to happen.
Yes, I did. And I wanted him to be maimed. And
You wanted Alan Rickman to die?
No, not Alan Rickman, the character.
Yeah, played by Alan Rickman, you communists.
I can separate the character from the actor, apparently.
Is there a character that Alan Rickman touches that isn't turned into something completely fucking amazing?
No.
Right.
Oh, sure, you had to hog all the good lines for yourself, didn't you? Galaxy Quest.
Yep. What if you're just the plucky comic relief?
Plucky comic relief?
From Galaxy Quest?
Yeah, I know. It's Sam Rockwell.
It's plucky comic relief.
Oh, that's not right.
Oh, that's not right. All right, so let's just take this on now. We have a lot of Star Trek news, or a Star Trek affiliated news. Star Trek news? I am so proud to be a talkie geek.
We've got our problems with the film, which we'll get into on our dopey little podcast and nitpick it to death.
Star Trek news?
So congratulations to the always dreamy David Mack.
There's Legos?
No. Star Trek news?
Yes, the story behind the story. The movie that never was made.
They got a Klingon!
I know.
Sold.
That's right, I'm gonna throw in a Buck Mackay rookie card. That's right, a Buck Mackay for people. It doesn't get any bigger than this.
Star Trek news? And the first thing I'm going to talk about is, of course, I saw a lot of pictures on Twitter this week after this piece of news came out. And the Twitter account I saw that cracked me up, I was like, oh, people are pissed. Oh, so here's the fact of the matter is the official announcement that Disney's publishing worldwide, Random House, has announced the relaunching of Star Wars adult fiction line, completely gutting and rebooting the entire published world of Star Wars.
Wanted to laugh at us, did you, Star Wars fans? Oh, it's no big deal,
you thought you were special. You thought your books were canon.
Do me a favor. Swallow while you're at it.
Does this mean JJ won?
No.
I don't think this was JJ this time.
This means Disney came in and said, the books, and not unlike Star Trek, the books that were written can be very confusing because they don't necessarily all sync up. I mean, let's face it, the Star Trek books even don't really even sync up with each other until they decided to make them sync up with each other back in 2007, I think it was.
Before that.
And that's when we started to get the post-Nemesis combined universe novels of TNG,
yeah, because
Voyager.
The Time 2 series was like 2003.
And it was right, and I want to say that's kind of when it started.
Yeah.
And that's when they decided with the Destiny trilogy really kicked it off.
I will point out a difference, though, as far as canon being considered canon. George Lucas.
That they were.
Yes. That's a huge difference.
Right. Right. But again, Disney came in and said, all those books, we can't adhere to all that canon and do a fun reboot, so we're going to start it all over again. And that's how Chewbacca ends up in the next movie. But the things on Twitter I saw were hilarious. Was somebody had all of their Star Wars paperbacks
in a fire?
In a fire?
Yep.
Wasn't that Brian Young?
I think it was Brian Young. I know he tweeted it. I don't know if he was actually talking about burning his books. Oh, poor man. I laughed. Because I know damn well. I'm telling you now. I know damn well that if they ever did a legitimate reboot of the prime universe of Star Trek, that's exactly what would happen to our books as well. I just know it. They would be totally. They would be totally ignored. Why? Because they can be. That's all. You just turn a blind eye and say, no, we're not even going to.
All right, here's the sadistic side of me. I would love to be in charge of, let's say CBS, and they're bringing a Star Trek back to the screen, to the TV screen. But then I would do this. Only the following books are canon. And then pick and choose, and then make only the second Destiny book, and only the third and fourth of the Fall, and do it all like that, and really fuck with people.
You would be. That is cool. That is sadistic. I
know, right?
So
every first book by David Mack of a series, every third book by Dayton and Kevin, every fourth book by David Hartchurch III, and just really fuck with people.
Which is why you won't be in charge of anything.
That's why I'm not allowed at the big people's table on Thanksgiving.
Well, I just thought that would be an interesting thing to discuss today, to lead in to the next.
Sorry, I made myself laugh with how fucked up I can be sometimes.
Well,
yes, Baz, I am.
We have some celebrity divorce news in.
Before you do that, we do have to say, speaking of canon and all of that, we also, and we talked about that we interviewed Keith, but we did not say that we interviewed Al Rivera yesterday.
We did. We interviewed Al Rivera, the lead designer for Star Trek Online.
I just realized you hadn't said it.
And now we'll talk more a little bit more when we talk about Star Trek Online.
Yeah,
the show.
More on that later.
It was a very educational interview.
It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Terry failed the test. She tried to cheat off a mic. Al caught her looking.
All right, there it is. Roberto Orci and Alex Kurtzman are divorcing professionally, but divorcing nonetheless.
And that sound you hear? That's the big sound of the universe not caring.
Except for the fact that we need to care. Why? Because of this next thing.
Mm-hmm. If it's what I think it is,
Which is IGN.com article on April 22nd, which is a week ago.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Here's my thought on that. Has he actually directed anything?
Not to my knowledge.
I think he directed his dog.
I don't. He can lobby all he wants. I think there's too much money involved for it to go to a first-time director. Although JJ had not directed much.
For those people who don't know what we're talking about, I posted an article from IGN on April 22nd that announces that it's an interview with Roberto Orci or a discussion with Roberto Orci about his split with Alex Kurtzman on the movies. He and Alex Kurtzman are no longer going to be writing partners. They're going to be going their separate ways. Now, yes, they still do have their own production company, and they're called KO Paper, which just a few months ago signed a multi-year deal with CBS television.
I think this actually allows them to do more.
I think it does. It allows them to be able to take on individual projects.
They can see other people now.
Yeah, they can see other people now. They can, they always wanted to, they wanted to dabble with it.
Look, I think they both suck, but I also hope that it wasn't.
Sleepy Hollow's been fun.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I have to say, except for the fact that the problem is that Sleepy Hollow did what everything else did, and that was it took a break, and then I didn't pick it up after the break. Because they gotta stop taking breaks.
Speaking of which, was that a casualty, though, of the Olympics?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Speaking of which, did anybody watch Salem?
No, Mike.
Because I tweeted you about it.
Was that on already?
Last
I thought
Sunday.
It didn't come on till
I saw the first episode.
Yeah, that's the only one that's aired. What did you think, Mike? Terry, it's written by Brandon Braga, produced by Brandon Braga. At least the first episode was written by him, and created by him. Co-created. Wow, Sensei All.
Not really my cup of tea.
It went in a direction I didn't expect it, so I kind of liked that. I really thought they were going to do more of the psychological, that the girls were making the accusations and everything.
Nope.
But boy, they went full out. And Terry, no time traveling
yet.
I don't see it in this. Do you, Mike? The way it's been set up, the only time traveling I can see will be him talking about maybe
flashbacks
Yeah, it's the French and Indian War.
I don't know. It just seems odd, and it's not really the kind of show I dig into.
I will say I was a little surprised by some of the content. Were you? When the pastor that was railing the redheaded chick.
Yeah, it was a little, yeah.
But then again, it was on 10 o'clock on on WGN, so.
No, I haven't watched it.
I'm not sure yet, Terry.
Yes.
I may give it 2 or 3 more episodes just to see how they're going, because I was really looking forward to this. I thought it would be one thing.
I also don't watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I don't either.
So, and I don't know, it just seems... They're very different, but I don't know. I picked up on a few things that, for me, there's a similarity in there, and I don't like what I'm watching, so I probably won't watch anymore. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt, Nick.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, no, sorry, Terry, but it was because we were talking about writers and stuff, and Brandon Braga came to mind because of...
Yeah. Well, we were discussing the fact that Roberto Orci has now kind of thrown his own hat in the ring to direct Star Trek, the third Star Trek reboot film, which has remained directorless since it started. And I think that's isn't that kind of telling? Is it really that Paramount is being that cautious with the matter, or do you think that maybe a director comes in and says, "Oh yeah, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole"?
They see the script and start running.
They sign an NDA, look at the script, and go, "Oh yeah."
Do we know where they're at with the script? Because it may be too early yet, even though.
How can they? They've got a release in 2016.
I thought I had seen that they had the script done, but don't
Terry,
quote me on that.
It's only May of 2014.
Right, but if
they don't have somebody by August, I'd be
no. If they're not in pre-production by August, pre-production meaning that this thing isn't already has a director, has a storyboard, and has the location set and everything ready to go. Yeah, they're done. I have to say, I'm worried about whether or not they're doing things on a timely basis. If not, we're going to get a rushed film. I think so. It's just going to make post-production that much more difficult and much more expensive. Because you're going to have everybody do this shit.
That much post. Could you imagine that?
If it doesn't need that much post?
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if they cut. Well, they did cut the budget. They did cut the budget. Yeah.
Since they're making Star Wars 7, we don't need Star Wars Star Trek.
This is true.
And they also have said that the writers were trying to go with something a little more thought-provoking.
Much more shipboard was the idea I was getting.
It's a bottle show.
Yeah. I think I know the plot. Reg Barkley gets stuck on the holodeck, and Uhura has to sleep with him.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, either way, I have to say the antennae are not quite up yet, but they're starting to.
They're twitching.
They're twitching. I am a little bit nervous as who they're going to get to direct this. Are they going to end up having no choice but to go with Roberto Orci? That might be the real question.
If we're lucky, it'll be Baird.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I would hate to say it, but if they ever went with somebody like that again, I would be like, woohoo! Now you all understand what you did.
I'd like to see Alex Proyas direct it. He's the one that did The Crow and Dark City.
Oh. Yeah, because
let's just go all the way.
That's what Star Trek needs even more, is more dark. We throw the Batman song from the Lego movie on there. No parents!
How awesome is Will Arnett?
More darkness!
Will Arnett is so great.
That is like my favorite song from the film Batman song. All right, now that we discussed the Star Trek movies, we can discuss the fun stuff. I'm going to post a couple of articles in the chat room that talk about what some are touting as the primitive version of a Star Trek holodeck. Personally, I don't think of it quite that way, but it is pretty cool in that Oculus Rift has released or has come out with a virtual reality tour of the bridge of the Voyager, and it's pretty nifty. Here we go. So it's they're really pushing forward with the limits of technology on virtual reality, with that ultimate goal, of course, of having a holodeck type product. And the pictures that I've seen of the virtual reality tour of the bridge are actually really kind of cool, because now you can see the bridge from all sides of it. You can look at the control panels, everything like that. The Verge has an article for those of you that was released on April 21st, and then 411 Mania picked up a post by Joseph Lee where IGN's report came out about it that contains the information that was over at, let me see if I want to say this was all released at the Tribeca Film Festival. So either way, it's all really cool stuff. Go check that out. Now, talk about conventions. We're going to hold off on that. Star Trek news. Nick, I thought you'd appreciate this. StarTrek.com posted a nice article about Anovos, who makes those great top quality, I would even say film quality uniforms, Star Trek. And they've released the Starfleet utility uniform, which a lot of people is actually like the DS9 uniform from the very first, and even the Generations. I think they wore it in Generations as well. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it's the jumpsuit.
The one piece.
The one piece, right. The comfortable one. The one that actually looked comfortable. The one piece has been released. Anovos has it right now for pre-order. It is $505.
Oh, they're giving it away.
It's overalls.
It is $575, but it's beautiful. You can get it in Command Red, Operations Gold, and Science Teal. And again, top quality work that they do over there. And I can personally vouch for it because I have an Anovos uniform. I love their stuff. Pretty.
Very cool.
All right, let's see. I think that's it for Star Trek news. How about if we talk about mentions?
Shall we just start right off the bat with a Las Vegas update?
Are we still talking Vegas, right?
We are.
Talking about Vegas.
Yes. You're coming to Vegas, right?
Star Trek Las Vegas may take place every August, but on this show.
This is where we hang out the rest of the year.
Exactly.
The crew has been fatigued now from so many months in space, and they need to take a break. The landing party has been down to check out the terrain while the crew gets ready to play. They say there's only plant life living on this lovely rock, but a rodent appears wearing a vest.
Sure.
What was that? You skipped a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Cons.
Oh,
Cons.
conventions. Okay, thank you, Mike.
TrekCore, our Adam Walker and our buds over at TrekCore have posted a fantastic picture of the winner of the costume contest at this week's Star Trek convention at Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And I thought it was utterly creative and adorable. It's because she is Livingston.
Oh, my God.
The winner.
Someone was thinking.
I know. The winner is, and I like it because it's actually a simple costume. It's not this creative. It's actually really cute. The woman created a dress that looks like Livingston the lionfish. And she holds her arm out and she's got all of her spikes coming out and everything. It's really kind of cute.
I love in the background of the photo, there's a Ferengi up on stage.
I know there's a Ferengi up on stage.
So you've got this cute girl dressed as Livingston and then a Ferengi on stage.
I wonder if she had to explain, I'm Livingston, or if people just looked at her and got it. Because
I'm pretty sure that. Really, Mike?
I didn't.
I would have gotten it. Oh, but if you hadn't seen, or you know what, there were a lot of people out there that didn't know that the damn fish even had a name.
Had a name, yeah.
Exactly. That I had no idea.
And but it's a cute picture. However, I'm wondering if this will come up. I'm just gonna copy TrekCore's Twitter feed. Put that copy, and then I'm gonna put that into the chat room. And I want people to scroll down to about 18 hours ago. This is very interesting shit. 18 hours ago, there. Above the bare midriff picture of the refugee from the Mirror Universe in a 2-sentence and a 2-tweet.
Hold on. I'm still looking at the refugee.
What?
Are you okay? I posted TrekCore's Twitter feed into the chat room. And I'm asking people to scroll down, and there happens to be a picture of a woman in a TOS.
Oh my God!
Okay, I see
19 hours ago. Yes.
All right.
I was like,
told by a lead. Is that the one?
Yep, that's the one. And the tweet above it too. Here we go. TrekCore was told by a lead at Creation Entertainment that it's unclear which TrekCons will be happening in 2015 outside of Las Vegas. They are scaling back on Star Trek in 2015 due to Supernatural's 10th anniversary anniversary. And they're planning to get back to Star Trek New Jersey and other regular cities in 2016 to celebrate Star Trek's 50th anniversary.
I can kind of see that because they're gonna go all out for the 50th.
I'm wondering.
The two links that I posted are the direct links to those tweets. So
thanks.
Yeah, you can copy the timestamp, like the 19-hour. I
was just in a blaze of trying to get these links up in my, you know me. I started the show and I have like 50 tabs open in my browser.
No problem.
And but I thought that was quite interesting. I'm not sure if it's, I think a cost-saving measure, yeah, but now I'm beginning to wonder, I don't know. I'm happy to see that they're committed to Las Vegas for 2015, but they usually have like 4 or 5 others, right? Cherry Hill, Chicago, San Francisco.
There's one in LA.
Yeah, that one always got messed up too. The one in Los Angeles was the, what did they call it? They call it something else because it's not an actual Star Trek convention. It's a more general sci-fi one. But if they're making more money off of Supernatural, or are they just don't have the manpower to do them all? Which
That's
is a
what
possibility.
I'm thinking that because they're not a huge organization.
No, they're small. They're pretty small, and they're doing something almost every weekend of the year, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, they also do like Twilight conventions and stuff,
right?
too.
Well, they do right. They do Supernatural, and Xena, which, believe it or not, still draws a lot of people. I want to say they just finished up their last Xena convention here.
Really? I'd have to go find one of those. Hello, Gabrielle.
They do Stargate?
Yes.
They do. Nope. They buy the licenses to be the official convention for a lot of different.
I think it's more taking a break from Star Trek for a year, doing the Supernatural 10 to get everything to be really POW for the 50th of Star Trek.
I hope so. I do. I hope so.
It's a reboot.
I mean, it takes a lot to set up those reflectors for the lens flares for conventions, so.
I just thought it was interesting. I did. I just thought it was, usually a company expands and hires more in order to make more money, right?
Usually.
Well, and as we know, they're so free spending already.
But if demand is growing and if they cut back on supply, that kind of forces everybody into, one direction. So
I would say yes.
I think it's a big money grab.
I don't. I happen to think that I really don't. There's one thing I've learned about conventions, and that is, Star Trek Las Vegas is its own thing, right? It's an annual event that a lot of people go out of their way to try to get to. Be that as it may, conventions are not something that a lot of people can afford to go to unless they're close.
I was going to say, unless they're local, like we talked a little bit about with Keith here, with Balticon and Shore Leave and Farpoint in the local area.
Right.
But yeah, Dragon Con is a destination on my list to get to that I have to plan for, or Dallas Comic-Con.
It's not something you can go to every year. Now, the only reason why we do Las Vegas every year is because, of course, we're a vendor. But look, look at how much money that our friends from Australia are spending to get to go to the Las Vegas convention. It's its own beast. Be that as it may, if I had, if there was a Star Trek convention in Phoenix, I'd be all over it. I'd go to that one because it's close and it's cheap and easy to get to. And if they said, oh yeah, well, you know what, we're going to cut back on Phoenix because we'd rather concentrate on another IP.
Is your closest big one Denver?
Well, no, Phoenix is they're both the same.
Oh,
it's 450 miles to Denver, 435 miles to Phoenix, 400.
How close are you to Dallas?
800.
Oh.
Dallas is way the hell over there. Texas is a big state.
No, I know.
It's 250 miles to the Texas border at the Panhandle. So if we wanted to get to Amarillo, it would be like 300 miles, I think, 350 miles.
What's really cool is you're about the same distance from, say, Vegas or Dallas, Denver or Phoenix as I am from Janus.
Yes. It's when somebody says, oh, did you see it in IMAX? I'm like, the nearest IMAX theater to to Albuquerque until a couple weeks ago was Phoenix or Dallas or Denver.
Oh, you have an IMAX open there.
Well, it's not a real IMAX. It's a fake IMAX. It's an IMAX. IMAX theaters, just so everybody knows.
Was it like faking an orgasm?
It's fucking stupid. It is it's an IMAX. It has IMAX branding, but it's a smaller screen than the normal one. It's only, I'm like,
I'm
really?
laughing at what Matthew Anderson just put up.
Oh, I didn't see it. It somebody wanted to save money, so they didn't get the full-sized IMAX screen. And I'm like, but they're going to charge you the same price, so I'm refusing to go to it. I'm like, wait a minute. I want to say the screen is 25 feet smaller than the regular IMAX theater. And I'm thinking, and they're still charging you like $20 to get in? Fuck that. I don't know. That just opened a couple of months ago in Albuquerque. And it's our only IMAX theater in the state. It's not a well-populated state, people. I mean,
I understand that. But I figured Albuquerque. Now, Albuquerque is
just the biggest city. Santa Fe is
the capital, right? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Santa Fe has about 35,000 people.
It's not big at all. My God, Frederick, that's the size of Frederick where I live. How many does Albuquerque have?
I want to say it's one of the smallest capitals. It's not the smallest capital city in the U.S., but it's definitely the highest in altitude. It's at 7,000 feet.
Well, isn't Sacramento pretty much a small town?
It's got a couple 100,000 people, though.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
But it's like farmland, right? Because
outside of the main, it's all farmland. It's huge farming agricultural communities out there. And,
how many people are in Albuquerque?
The metro area total has about 730,000. Between 750,000.
Mike, it did not feel like that, does it? I lost Mike. Oh, geez, Mike got pulled into a black hole.
I think the children got him.
Yeah.
As long as there's no cornfield.
do you have this image when the kids are there that Mike is just like at times like strung up to the wall, hanging off the wall?
Yes.
You know? Oh, it's Uncle Mike pinata time. No more, please. He's got one foot out to keep them away.
he's got like the Heisman pose the whole
exactly. Well, Mike's on the radio.
Oh, poor Mikey. I always. What were we talking about before? About the size of the cities. About IMAX theaters. Yeah, no, it's Santa Fe is a beautiful. The reason why the 750,000 don't look like 750,000 is because they are pretty spread out. I mean, that goes all the way from like Belen, which is 30 miles south of Albuquerque, to here where we are in the northern areas of it, Bernalillo, Rio Rancho, Placidos. Yeah. And then there's nothing. I mean, once you get past us, that.
Because when I dog sat and I went in for the TNG on the big screen, it's so spread out that it doesn't feel. It's not like going into an East Coast, metropolis area.
No.
Oh, Sunseal, stop it! This is what makes our show great.
Are the rabbits? Are we rabbiting? And is that cute?
Sunseal gets bored with us sometimes.
Oh, well.
And all the good I spoke to Al Rivera about her yesterday.
Speaking of Al Rivera, should we just jump in and start talking?
Yeah, and Sunseal, I did speak highly of you. You can call me Betty.
He did,
but
by
Betty,
the way.
When you call me, you can call me Al Rivera.
He mentioned you on multiple occasions.
Yeah, see? Because we were discussing Season 8 of Stowe.
I want to play Star Trek Online.
Engineering here. Warp engines are online.
Course laid in, Captain.
Engage.
Your ship.
Warning. Ship is under attack.
Your crew.
Move out.
Your destiny.
Season 9.
Season 9. Season 8.
No, 9.
Really?
Yeah, I know, right? It's Season 9, The New Accord.
Oh, yeah. Look, I've had 3 hours of sleep.
We talked with Al Rivera yesterday. Gosh, as it is, again, every time we talk with Al, it just goes,
It was very educational. Specifically, I thought, with him talking about the kit stuff.
Yeah, I was happy about that. I got to get in there now and start. I still
don't understand it, but
I think of it as, like I said, I think of it as a ship for your body, for your character's body. So you have the frame, the ship, and then you have to fill it with consoles.
But I don't understand because, I don't know, I have to stop and just take a look at my character because I thought, never mind. But something that did come out that some of you may know, I know our crew, even the cameramen, were surprised by. If you have not gone back and looked at the, I heard that, at the, some of the things that have been done, go back and play the Borg arc again because it's been redone.
I did not, it wasn't made, they didn't really, go out and tout it a lot, but I'm glad that he talked about it because I never would have known.
They did a better job of letting people know.
Yeah, well, for those of you who do not know, they revamped, they completely redid, right? The entire Borg
from 7
arc.
episodes down to 4, yeah.
Right, they cut it from 7 episodes down to 4. And then
it's been retconned, so now it's a prequel to what season 9 is, and it's actually the first time you meet Dr. Sheldon or Dr. Cooper, whatever Sheldon.
I still hate that guy.
Oh, look who's back.
Welcome back.
Look who was untied from his chair and is allowed back on the air now.
Mike's going to die listening going, oh crap, I'll never leave the mic again. We knew you were gone. We got the little message and it said be right back, and we just assumed it was the kids, and so we went off on a tear. It was fun.
I look forward to hearing it during the edit process.
Have fun listening. So, spoilers. So sorry, Sunsail. Too bad.
No,
we talked about spoilers.
She knew.
Okay.
Please. Sunsail probably already knows the thing he talked about with the ESD, the Easter egg.
And now, I've already heard about one of them, which is I've got to go find.
What?
I got a tweet yesterday from, oh my gosh, please forgive me, telling me that I need to join him that he found a secret elevator to the platform of the shuttle bay. You can run around the shuttle bay.
What?
I know.
But the Easter egg for
for season
for X2,
for the expansion 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't think I didn't walk around a little bit.
Right. Apparently in ESD there's a small hint. He did say Easter egg, but he just said hint.
Hint, yeah.
About expansion 2.
So, and he wants if any of our listeners find it, let us know and we can share it, and he will either confirm or deny it.
He said that he'll keep the information, and then he'll give those people kudos. Nothing, no gift or anything, but you get credit for finding it before expansion 2 comes out.
Because I have such faith in Sunsail, I expect by the end of the day she'll have been like, oh yeah, there it is.
So that's I thought that was kind of fun. We talked a lot about the new kit system. We talked about...
Hey, Obsidious just said, any idea if the voice actor of Cooper looks similar as in game? Have either of you had the idea? Does and I'm just going to throw this out there. Does Cooper remind you that the avatar of him, of Tumor Boy, of Nick?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, I thought it was just me.
I thought it was. I definitely thought it definitely reminded me of Nick, and then I wanted to know if Nick actually did the voiceover for it. Yeah,
I know because ever since the first time I was like, boy, that looks so much like him.
Yeah, it does.
We're getting really inside baseball with this now.
Cooper's.
Having met him, he's
now
nothing
I have to
like
play the
him.
Borg arc.
No, I was going to say he's the 180 degrees from Nick.
Yeah, but there's definitely a resemblance.
It's the hair.
Yes.
Next STLV lunch is going to be fun.
they did a fantastic fucking job. Oh, it's so nice to see. Yesterday when we talked to Al, I try to keep my cussing under control.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know halfway through the episode.
Dude, it's Star Trek Online. You know damn well that we never talk about. We try.
No, I don't know damn well. Do you think I
minimum.
pay attention to those things?
Because
this is why the staff should brief me ahead of time.
This is true. Next time we will remind you. It just makes Mike's job harder because he has to bleep you.
But it
because
makes
our
it
interviews
funnier.
for our interview to be posted at the Star Trek Online website, we have to have it censored.
When I was playing the Borg content, I tweeted, just finished playing the new Borg arc and Stowe, and all I have to say is, wow, just wow. Play the new version now.
Just wow. Holy wow.
So are you saying it's JWoww? That's right.
No.
I went Jersey Shore on your ass.
Something big happens in there, and it's like, oh, wow. It just blew my mind because it all makes sense now, and it's like, the Iconians, the Undine, it's all coming together, and it's all in this Borg arc, and it's like, yeah.
I played the first 2 missions of those now 4. The second one where you're walking around the station, or where you're walking around or is it the first one where you're walking through the Romulan bird of prey?
Mm-hmm.
Suitably creepy.
Well, it came out. A lot of it was an adapted version of the the fleet, the armada, I forget what it's called, but it's just an adapted version of that. Well, adapted.
And but suitably creepy. I mean, I went into full first-person shooter mode and everything for walking around on that one.
I got stuck. I didn't realize that we had to actually equip the remodulators because I've got the Borg gear, so I don't need them, and it was kind of annoying. But as soon as I put it on and took it off, it was fine. And I actually progressed through the mission.
I already have the remodulators on all my away teams. So.
Yeah, and so that was kind of
But remember, Mike, this is also for people. Remember where it falls. People that are just joining the game now won't have them.
Yeah,
so we'll have them then. So we've been in for so long that we have all this stuff.
Yeah, I guess it should have been a little clearer.
Oh, so so that's a good tip. So what they're looking for is for you to add. You have to take the remodulator off and then put it back on again?
No, you have to use the one they provide. There's a crate, and in the crate they give you 5. One for you and one for your
I didn't
bridge
use
officers.
them. I just took the crate and then deleted it because my people already had the remodulators.
It wouldn't let me progress until I put it on my
character.
Klingon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, be warned.
Thank you. Very interesting.
Then there's that whole, in the second episode, down on the planet. That was all brand new. And when that armored Undine shows up,
really?
Yeah, it's good stuff. Much kudos. And thank you, Al, for letting us know. And we really do need to let the word get out for people. Because, and I said it on the episode to Al, it gives me something rather than grinding for the new Undine marks, too.
Right, because for us, that's pretty much new content, really.
Yeah.
That's all new content. That's cool.
I mean, I think he had mentioned that, everyone's making a big deal out of this one new episode, but they really did release a 4-episode, a whole new 4-episode arc, a new, there's a lot more than just that one episode that's new. So definitely got to check it out if you haven't.
Agreed.
I think that made sense.
I do. It did. Because it was. For all intent and purposes, they created 4 new Borg to Undine, Borg to Undine, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Gets you to the Undine, right? So that's that.
Yeah.
It used to be 7 episodes in the timeline. Those have been completely revamped. So they did 5 new episodes, and that last featured episode is so fucking huge that it counts as 2, in my opinion. I mean, it took me I kid you not, it took me an hour and 15 to get through that new featured episode. And I loved every minute of it.
But that's because, Terry, because you like to go nice and easy.
I did.
But sometimes we don't like it nice.
I do appreciate.
Hey, you're stepping on my Tina Turner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know who that's by.
Go ahead.
I did not know who that.
You were rolling on the Undine.
The world's longest song.
And by the way, the Undine arc is gone in the episodes now. Did you notice that, Mike?
I did. I was looking for it, and
Yep.
So
I never did play it, so I'm okay with that.
I enjoyed it personally.
Did you?
Yeah.
There was one episode in particular in the Undine arc, the final playable mission. You actually discover a Iconian gate on in one of these Undine worlds, and it's like, how did it get there? And now we may never find out.
Interesting. Yeah, that might have been too early of a reveal in the storyline. Then I can see.
Yeah, I think they build it so they can revamp it, and because it's one of those missions where it's kind of sprawled out and it's going to take a long time. And I love what they did with the Borg arc. They consolidated, made it more concise. It flows a lot better, and then there are definitely new story elements. So it's phenomenal.
I'm looking forward to getting in and playing them. The other information that came out that one of the things I have to chastise myself about was that I failed entirely on asking Al about Foundry. And
yeah, we did forget that.
Sorry, guys, I forgot to ask Al about Foundry. However, Starbase UGC popped in yesterday and posted the information that Kirkvat posted on StarbaseUGC.com that the Investigate Officers report is back.
Yeah, I saw that in the game.
It's back. So you can go into Star Trek Online now and actually get dilithium, 960 dilithium for playing a qualifying Foundry mission, and the cooldown is 30 minutes. So if you're playing a 30 to 45 minute Foundry mission, you can just play Foundry missions and earn dilithium all day long if you want. Pretty good deal, I think. I was a little concerned when it came back that, does this mean that people are going to start making, what we call the cheater missions? The fact is, what I define as a cheater mission is would never qualify. I don't care if you shoot, mobs and mobs and mobs for 15 minutes. If it qualifies, it qualifies. You have to do something. You have to work to do something to get that dilithium ore. So 30-minute cooldown, you get 960 dilithium ore, and of course, depending on your skill ranks, you get skill and expertise. Michael's quiet. He's not sure about this.
He's hanging from his ankles now. The kids are hanging him like a piñata.
My spotlighted mission, I've heard reports that it's broken.
Oh.
Still, or again, I should say again. Every time they release a new patch now, because my first mission takes place on Drozana, and ever since they revamped Drozana Station for in the last expansion, that mission has never worked right since then. They took it down, they tried to repair it, it works, then new patch, and it breaks again. Now they revamped Space Dock. My concern is all of those missions that take place on Space Dock are probably now broken.
Oh.
So I'm kind of on the whole Foundry thing at the moment.
You should start setting them like on K7 or Starbase 39.
I'm
not being
considering...
funny because I don't see those changing anytime soon.
Well, I understood that the maps for ESD for the old version were not removed from the game. That if you set something on ESD in the old map, that map would still be available for you and it would still be there. It would be up to you as to whether or not you wanted to set it in time post Undine attack.
Oh,
I'm not sure, but that'd be a better solution than forcing everyone into the new map, and then because like I said, for my mission, it's from what I hear, it's broken. I haven't had time to get in there and actually check it out, but it's kind of disappointing.
It's been so long since I've been down to Starfleet Academy. Have they changed that?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. Apparently you can ride a shuttle down there from Space Dock.
Yeah.
Like really ride a shuttle?
Oh, I didn't ride the shuttle, but there was an option.
Yeah, I think it's just a map transition. After the auto-republishing, the social map is the only modern ESD map. Only the modern ESD map, according to Baz. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that did to a manual republish is required for all ESD missions. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so I've got to rebuild. I'm just thinking about scrapping my Foundry mission, my Spotlight, having them pull it and just redoing the whole thing. Find some time.
Yeah, as soon as you, through all of your writing projects, your production projects, doing multiple podcasts, audio dramas, and also dealing with, all of that other stuff called real life.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of time.
Don't be crazy.
Really. I was I don't know. I just have to say I was very impressed by season 9 and the stuff that comes out. I want to get into the Undine infiltration. I want to do that one, the Bajor one that he was talking about.
Oh, the
Baz,
round one, yeah.
Yeah, Baz, you said that you liked it. So I'm excited. I want to get down and I want to do that mission.
I love Sunsail so much. She's screaming in the chat room, yes! Starfleet Academy has real trees now!
I don't know what that means.
On the grounds.
Yeah, they did. So they did change Starfleet
She said it's
Academy?
got a graphics pass.
Oh, good. Okay.
Interesting.
Cool. Nice. See, they did a lot of work.
Well, and Al said it's been the man hours. When you listen to the episode, we're not going to give it away, but wait until you hear the amount of man hours that this season took.
That they put into season 9, and all I will say is that Al admits they went way over budget with it.
Yeah.
So.
And we even asked questions that some of you may have had about voice work in this one. Who came back? Who more?
And the rumors of who's coming in the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
And I did bring up some questions that came up during our Caspian Fleet play. Some of the things that were said. Some say all. So yes, lots of good things in the interview.
Yeah.
It runs like an hour and a half.
I think when it's all said and done, it'll be about an hour and a half. I have not even started editing it. I'll probably get to it tomorrow.
Yeah, my raw recording on it was almost an hour 50.
Yeah, so. just right around 2 hours, and then once I do my stuff, it'll probably be about an hour and a half, about a length of a regular episode.
Yep, it was a fun conversation with them, and again, we always enjoy having Al Rivera on to talk. We talked about ships, talked about not that he had a lot to say about the expansion too, which we understand is due out at the end, towards the end of the year, right?
And they've been working on it for a while now.
A long time. And we got a hint as to what it would involve. And there is, you guys, I have to go. I'll be right back. There's a dog in my front yard looking for a home. No, 1, 2, 3. Oh, gosh. Hold on.
Oh, my. Sunsail says, damn it, Mike, I need this interview inside me.
That's kind of hot, Sunsail.
Yeah, you'll get it. You'll get it. It'll be
Mike will give it to you. Mike will give it to you as often as you need.
I'm sorry, I'm just face-palming myself now.
Yeah, that's what she said. Terry had started to say something, and then I got thrown by what Sunsail said and what you were saying. Oh, yeah, should we tell them, though, the big slip that he made about Benedict Cumberbatch? Should we mention that, or wait?
I think let's wait with that one.
Okay.
You can't give away, all the goodies.
No, that's true.
So, yeah. But good interview, and Stowe's, oh my God. It's been a while since I played, and I actually had a lot of fun heading back in game and doing my homework for the show.
And Al does a really nice job of describing the changes in the reputation system, which you definitely, it's worth listening to how his explanation. Now, for some of the hardcore people that are in there every day for hours, you already know. But then there's people like us that come and go because, of time constraints or whatever. Or if you're a new player.
He also did a good job explaining, the kit system. That's where I was having, and I was having trouble with traits last night, which is why I stayed up way too late. I had done one of the cute events, I think it was the Breach, the one, from the Voth. I had no trouble doing it on my Klingon before season 9, and now I was like, I didn't even get to finish it. It sucked that people, it was only 2 of us by the time we actually entered entered the Voth ship, but my ship just couldn't keep up. So I've, respect everything, which is why I was up way too late last night. But
that's what happened to me Friday night. I was up way too late because I decided to change the uniforms of my bridge crew from what they have been since probably season 2 through now. So I was like, and being meticulous, I had to write down what I did for the first one, and do the whole bit.
I'll be doing that. I'm going to put my. I think I'm going to put my bridge crew in the Odyssey.
That's what I did.
Yeah, it's a cool looking uniform.
How do you get the Odyssey? I don't think I have that one yet.
I go to the tailor and you pay for it in dilithium.
Okay, well that's probably why I don't have it. How much does it cost in dilithium?
I want to say it was 12,000 or something.
That's not too bad.
No, I would rather, though, that something like that be in either GPL or just energy credits like that used to be.
Or Zen? Can you get it with Zen?
I don't know. Because I was at the tailor and I had the old Odyssey uniform. Remember when it came out like 2 seasons ago? And I was like, okay, I'm just going to update it and make some changes to the color scheme. Because, Stan has that whole white, black, gold thing that I do.
Right.
And I wanted to do a little change to it for everyday wear. Whereas, how the top shoulder, how on the Odyssey that I had, the shoulders were black, gold stripe, and then white down to the pants, and then the black pants. Yeah. I kind of changed it so that it's white shoulders, gold stripe, black, and black. And I couldn't find it anywhere in my thing. I had to buy it again. Somebody else says Fleet Tailor, 16,000 with no dilithium discount. But I want to know why I lost. Yeah.
Oh, it's not. No wonder I wasn't seeing it in the regular tailor. So you have to.
I want to know why I lost the Odyssey that I had uniform. I had it.
I didn't know one existed.
Terry,
you know me. I buy every damn costume there is, except for the Klingon Academy one.
I just bought that.
You know what? Maybe it wasn't an Odyssey uniform I had. I just called it Odyssey.
Maybe.
That might be it.
I just got the mega pack of ships, the Voth ships. Or not the Voth ships, but the Dyson Sphere ships. I had grinded out all my dilithium into Zen and got it that way. But 10,000 Zen. So yeah,
nice.
Now that I got those, I guess I'll be saving up for Fleet uniforms.
Nice.
Yeah.
So all I have to do is go to like the Fleet Starbase and go to the tailor at the Fleet Starbase and pick it up there? Okay, cool, because that's what I'll be doing.
Because I went there just to check things out. I went to check it out because of new season. I went to see if there were any changes to our Fleet Starbase or anything that were added in the changes.
The good news is, Mike, is that the Fleet, the Klingon, I'm starting to play Mori again, so I'll be able to start donating. Donating is the best word for it. I'll be able to start donating to that.
Yeah, it's every time I come into the game and actually go in and check the fleet ships, because I want to. I like playing on my Klingon, so I do the Klingon stuff, but all the ships that I want I can't get because the Starbase isn't high enough yet. So it's like, no.
Oh, Sensei said Odyssey uniform got reset because Romulan captains couldn't wear them, but the Starfleet boffs can.
Oh.
She also says KDF Bortas Q outfit is still broken. Not all pieces are unlocked.
Oh, no, that sucks, dude. But there is one thing that was verified and re-verified when we spoke with Al Rivera on yesterday, and that was, Stephen DeCandido really is a technician at heart, and he really does want to go back and fix a lot of stuff. It's going to take time. They have to budget for it, and they have to put it in, and, they budget, and they, months in advance. So make sure that, I'm sure he knows about the uniform bug, but these are things that have to be planned out. So DeCandido is one of those guys. He wants to get those things fixed. So I think it's going to be, it'll take time. But so far, they've already revamped that entire Borg arc. I think that's pretty damn cool.
There was talk that they were going to revamp some more of the early missions on the Fed side. Do you know if they've done those yet?
He said, didn't he say too that they revamped the whole Klingon arc in the beginning?
They did. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was last season.
Yeah, it was last.
Oh, that was so last season.
That was actually Legacy of Romulus. They did that.
Yeah, it's good, great stuff. Worf voiceover and all, but
There's a lot, and again, a lot that can be done. I'm looking forward to, we got some hints, but not a lot. I would say, very non-specific hints, very generalized.
He did, Terry. He did drop that news about a certain British actor who was in a certain Star Trek movie who would be doing a voiceover.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're not that way.
It's so funny. Baz just did a CSI thing. I guess this Spire has a point. Baz, you will be happy to know that I also, during the interview with Al Rivera, did a CSI bad pun.
You did.
And it was a good one, too.
It was a good one, yeah. It was fun.
Now, any novel news?
Any novel news? We're supposed to be talking about books.
Books. There are these bound things with paper and words.
I've heard tales of the dead tree format, but I don't believe them. No, you're wrong. They're this thing that you put on your Kindle.
Amazon, ebook. If you haven't bought it, I will cunt punch you. That's a great line.
It's a good line.
Do you read Star Trek novels?
I'm sure Swallow has some stories he could tell us.
I love big books and I can't.
That's one of the really good things in life.
To me, as long as it's enjoyable to read.
That's a good book. Wasn't it a good book, Mike?
It was.
That's because Mackenzie Calhoun is badass.
No, it is not a Cardassian generational epic.
I was like in heaven.
It's really good.
Right on.
Well, gosh, that's other than the fact that, we had talked, which should have triggered this conversation was the discussion about, Disney gutting all of the contemporaneous stuff. I have not yet had a chance to pick back up the third book in the fall series, which was the David Max book. And now it was in my brain and it just went out. It starts with a C. Nick?
What?
What's the name of the book?
Which book?
The third
Ceremony
book
of Losses?
Thank you. Ceremony of Losses. See,
I wasn't even paying attention. I'm sorry. Sadie Grace had sent me a message and I was answering. She's so adorable.
So, any other new information that's coming up? Okay, well, wait. Novel news.
Terry's now doing a show of one.
I have some novel news.
Yay!
The Trek Collective, they posted an article regarding DTI, Klingons, New Frontier, and Serpents.
Wow. DTI.
The Klingon information was all came from our interview with Keith.
Okay.
So that was a big shout out. Yeah. So that was awesome. Let's see. Some new Star Trek books, starting with a little update from Christopher L. Bennett, a third Department of Temporal Investigation story, forthcoming ebook novella, The Collectors. Listing for this are now online, which gives a release date of October this year. Bennett has previously spoken about the novella, which will feature the DTI time travel technology storage facility, the Iridian Vault, and the 31st century temporal agent Jenna Noi. I don't know. Can't pronounce that last name. N-O-I.
Cool. And where could people see? Did you put the link in that?
I put the link in, and it will be in the show notes. That's from the Trek Collective. And there was also more, but,
Christopher L. Bennett's really doing a cool thing with these DTI novels. They're like, they're almost like, I don't know how to say it, a nice diversion from everything else that goes on with the novels.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we were talking about that, right? With Keith, was it? No, we talked about it with Al Rivera yesterday about, there was always those episodes, those B-story episodes that kind of broke up these little green men episodes. The same with the books. I want to see a book like that where it kind of just breaks it up because with the Federation's not so good in the novels right now.
And that's what the DTI is. They're a nice escape from everything else that's going on, and they're very interesting.
Let's see, Jeff Marionette's TOS era movie era return to a private little war planet, Neural.
Oh, wow.
And his upcoming Serpents in the Garden. Apparently, Simon & Schuster has released an excerpt on their site, and also Peter David announced at Comic Convention in Salt Lake City that there will be a new Frontier novel.
Oh, wow. It has been years since the last one.
Since 2011, Blind Man's Bluff was the last one, apparently.
That's awesome. So lots of news that came out today.
Yeah.
I was very sad to see that, I don't know if you guys are friends with Eric Gator1 on Facebook.
I am. What happened?
Mm-hmm.
He evidently had a bad experience in Salt Lake City with Peter David. That he asked, how are you feeling? And I guess Peter David was like, why is everybody asking me that? Blah, blah, blah. And I tried to tell him, I was like, look, he gets that asked like every weekend at a convention. it's at some point it's just gotta. I've never had a bad experience with it. Matter of fact, at Farpoint, Peter Day, I was shocked that not only did he remember me, but we talked for like 30 minutes. I think he was just, Peter's been sick, so I think sometimes you just have to take things into account. Sorry, I'm just rambling, but I like him. He's always been really nice to me.
Cool. So when does Klingon Art of War come out? Because I'm just saying this book looks beautiful.
It's the 5th or the 6th. It's coming up really, really soon. And Carrie had gotten his confirmation.
Oh, he did? Good. Oh, really?
He had gotten for his pre-order.
Okay, I pre-ordered it, so I haven't looked at my email yet, so hopefully it's come through.
So have I, but I haven't received an email from Amazon saying that, anything about it. So I don't know what's going on.
And now we've got, who's the next book that we were just discussing, which was, it's not the Department of Temporal Investigations one, but wasn't there a new...
Jeff Marriott's, the one that's a return to a private little war planet?
No. There's a Lost Era book that's coming out.
Oh, David R. George's.
Yeah.
Right. And I wanted to talk about, I wanted to make sure that people knew that one was coming out too, because that's coming out in the next couple of weeks, I want to say. I'm a bad girl. Unfortunately, it's not mentioned in the Chart Collective's most recent column, but it might be in older ones. But there's a Lost Era book coming out, and it is David R. George's, isn't it, Nick?
Yeah. It's got that really cool cover.
Right.
Yeah, I'm looking at the schedule that they've got on their site right now. Here we are, April. Okay.
One Constant Star.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, good.
Mike, before I forget, we have voicemails to share with our audience, do we not?
Yes, we do.
That was cute. Yes, we do.
GNT shows, listener mail. We want to hear from you. Send your questions, comments, and suggestions to hosts@gntshow.com. Complaints should be forwarded to J.J. Abrams.
Which means I need to figure out how to get it loaded. I forgot to do
that. All right, while Mike's doing that, I'm going to take a quick scroll and say something to Terry. Isn't it nice? I don't know if you've had a chance to see. The late night shows had gotten so wrapped up and really starting to lean political. Isn't it nice to see Jimmy Fallon really channeling Johnny Carson?
Yes. Well, I don't watch the show because, I'm in bed. I'm an old lady now, and I go to bed before the late night shows are on. But I always get the opportunity to see our friends cut them up and put them on the internet, or he makes the news. Inevitably, I will find out what happened on the Tonight Show the next day. And it's been a blast. It really has been a blast.
He really does remind me of Johnny Carson in so many ways.
Yeah, and, that's because he participates. And again, I will go back to say I like the difference because Fallon is funny because he's so self-deprecating.
And he's sincere.
And he's sincere. He never, ever, ever makes jokes by pointing out how stupid other people are, which was the only thing that Leno had. That was his shtick. Leno made fun of other people and made a joke of others, and it always annoyed me, and I could never watch him. So it's nice to see a return.
When David Letterman started, he was like so bizarre and everything, and then he became like angry. I
don't know. I loved, like I said, I loved early Letterman, but then again, Letterman was always really good. What Letterman was really good at is
irony.
He celebrated the quirky, right?
Exactly.
He celebrated the quirky, and he loved to shoot down. He loved to shoot down people whose heads were just far too big for themselves. And that's what I enjoyed.
I will say I like Jimmy Kimmel.
I don't watch him either. Again, these are people who are on too late.
Go to YouTube and find celebrities reading mean tweets. It's tweets about themselves. And there's one with Bill Murray where he just busts up at what the guy says. But George Clooney actually makes me laugh when he reads the mean tweet about himself. And some of them are so mean. And to see the celebrity, like Jennifer Gardner reading the one about herself, she just has this look like, really? It's fun.
Okay, I've got the first one by Baz queued up. Let's see if this works.
This is the one the FBI has been alerted to.
All right, press and play. And nothing happened. Technical difficulties.
Nick. So you think you can take me on and win a Vegas this year, do you? That is quite the boast. However, there are a few things that, well, let's just say, guarantee that I win. Yes, you may be able to shoot weapons thanks to your US Army training, but I am the master of the Australian art of stabbing. Guns mean nothing if you aren't able to aim and fire them. I live in a continent where everything exists to kill people. Crocodiles, venomous snakes, venomous spiders, innumerable deadly sea creatures. Just walking to the shops, I take my life in my hands. However, there is one creature where I specifically have learned from and can take advantage of in our upcoming encounter in Vegas, the Drop Bear. It's a stealthy creature. It drops down onto unaware travelers and makes them no more. That's a problem, Nick. You don't know what I look like, what my name is. You only know my voice. I know you. I know what you look like. I could be standing right next to you in line and you wouldn't even know it. So I'll leave you with these 4 words. Come at me, bro.
That's where Baz talked about stabbing Nick.
No, not just stabbing. Baz threatens, I could show up at anywhere, at any time. You don't know what I look like. Blah, 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 blah. I just got 2 words. I got 1 word for you, Baz. Should you try and attack me? Janice.
Yeah, that's true.
Mike, Terry, can you not say that she will?
Oh, yeah.
She'll get all Hirogen on his ass.
And female Hirogen, too. There's going to be those.
Mm-hmm.
And the second voicemail that we got was from our friend Black Magnum, who left us with this.
I'm also looking for it.
Okay.
I have it. It's just not working.
What the fuck is that?
Insert. Yeah, it's for the editing. Insert here.
The fuck is that, Sunseal?
Oh gosh, I haven't seen it. What did she put in there?
It's like a cat crying blood through. What the fuck?
What?
I don't know. It's like a robot cat with a teardrop that's blood, but it's all like looking through an old, when we were growing up, UHF station.
That's not what I have.
No, you're looking at the one with the guy covering his junk.
Well,
Go
no,
down.
he's pulling his leather pants out of his junk, but I don't see any.
Scroll down.
Oh, I'm not looking at that now. So the
Pokemon.
So the Black Magnum's voicemail.
Hey everybody, this is Black Magnum. Alright, GNT show, I have a question for you. What would you do if you woke up one morning, you looked out your window, and you saw some things walking around in your lawn? So you go out there and you get a closer look, and you saw baby dinosaurs eating your grass. What will you do? The dilemma is yours.
It was
goes into this really bizarre question that he also posted on Facebook, which was, what would you do if you woke up in the morning and saw little baby dinosaurs eating your grass? Wasn't that it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
What's going on?
I kind of...
Hold on, I gotta do my Anthony laugh.
Sounds like Ricky Ricardo.
I know, that's what I love about it.
It was a very bizarre, and it's funny is that I laugh about it now, and I thought, what if I saw baby dinosaurs my grass? I guess at the time I put on Facebook, I would say I would turn around and go back to bed because obviously I'm still drunk. And then he put a caveat on it and said, no, they really are there. And I said, well, then I would try and share the vodka with them.
I think my first thought would be to board the house of the Slee Stack, don't get in.
Slee Stack!
And then take a hit off of the pipe.
I don't know what I would do. I mean, I'd make sure that they weren't going to eat my dogs, for one.
Oh, there's that.
And then, I'd probably want to go in and see if they'd let me pet one.
Well, yeah, because if they're eating the grass, then they're
probably full. Yeah,
they're omnivores, so it's okay.
They're right, and that's when I realized, they're eating grass, so that means that they're herbivore. And,
I'm sorry, omnivore. Yeah, I'm sorry,
they wouldn't.
Omnivore.
Well, omnivore meat. Well, they could be that.
Omnivore could eat grass, but they'll also eat my dogs.
They'll also eat.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. That's my bad.
So
that's okay. The other day in work, I mixed up protagonist and antagonist. You know how stupid I felt?
I hate when I do shit like that. That was, it was like me. I did a presentation, for work not too long ago, and I kept twice. I had to correct myself because I used plaintiff and defendant backwards.
Ooh. Oh, ouch. Oh, I feel like Peter Griffin when he hits his knee. Ooh, ah. Yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah, that was. It's okay. I was able to correct myself right away.
Did everybody just kind of look around at each other like, what did she just say?
Yeah, no. Like I said, I was able to correct myself almost immediately. But it was frustrating. It was frustrating.
And I don't even know why I screwed them up with the protagonist and antagonist, because I know better. An antagonist. You know, it's not like... you know what I mean?
Yeah, these are simple words.
I think sometimes, we just get ahead of ourselves with speak. So fun and then.
It's like Steve Martin said, some people have a way with words, others just not have way.
Okay, Anthony just said they are harmless dinosaurs. Well, then fuck, I'd call the news and make $1 billion and never work again a day in my life.
My dinosaurs.
You pimp it out like the
problem is
Grumpy
that
Cat.
they're baby dinosaurs, so where
Pimp
the
it out
fuck's
like
the
Janice
mother?
at the convention. Oh, I'm so sorry. That was not... I'm going to pay for that one.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. So where's the mother? That's where you'd have to worry about. Because if there's baby dinosaurs eating your grass, you gotta figure out
No, it says
mom.
harmless. Nothing about baby. Oh,
No,
he said baby.
He said baby dinosaurs
He
on
did say
your
baby.
lawn.
This is the stupidest conversation the show has ever had. And that's
I know.
saying something. That's
Well,
really saying something.
I'll tell you.
And now Deadpool fighting a chicken. Have you seen...
In shopping carts.
Yeah, have you seen the meme of Deadpool over the last 3 years? The person cosplaying showing up at the
Yeah.
Oh my God. The Galactus is nigh one. I had tears in my eye. Terry, do you know what I'm talking about?
No, not yet.
Mike, you gotta
I
find
will,
it
I'm sure.
for the chat room. Or yeah, let's see who. It's now a race between Sensei All and
Matthew Anderson.
Who can find the Deadpool at the God Squatter protests.
So we've got like 10 minutes left. Are we gonna, do we have announcements? Let's get these things out of the way now. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you want to explain to our readers why we haven't had an Ask Dayton?
Because I fucked up.
Yes, Dayton thought that he's the one that fucked up.
Dayton actually got in touch with us, and really, we haven't forgotten about you, Dayton. We love you. We do, and we want you to keep playing with us. But Nick has, and he's been very, and he has been Shooty Boy lately. And he's going to be Shitty Boy again next week, right?
Yes.
So,
okay, here's the truth. We were in contract negotiations with Ask Kevin, and it fell apart. I knew you would like that. There's the one. Kneel before Zod. Trust Christ and be saved. Holy Bible. And then Deadpool holding a kneel before Zod sign.
Yeah,
this guy is a fucking genius.
Galactus is 9, which is 2012. In 2013, he shows up and he's got a kneel before Zod. And then 2014...
This year's is Hell Hydra.
Hydra.
Is it really?
Yes. This Deadpool cosplayer is a fucking genius.
That's awesome.
So I'll make sure to put that link in show notes as well. So.
Sweet. Those are funny. Thanks, guys, for finding those. So hopefully, if we can, even though you won't be here, if we do get an Ask Dayton, you can forward it to me or Mike, and we'll make sure. And if Mr. Black Magnum is able to join us again next week, that would be great. If not, we have a volunteer. Alan said that he would love to join us again. So.
Look at that, Mike. Alan's coming in now. It's going to become a family affair.
I love Alan.
Way to run with the gag,
Hail Hydrant. That would be every dog that... Sorry.
Way to run with the gag, Mike.
What? I love Alan.
Oh, you do you?
At least it's not Buffy. Family affair.
Wow.
So that would be great.
Mr. French flashbacks.
Wow, I told you, huh?
Brian Keith.
and Jody.
Oh, God. Jody Watley, wasn't it?
Jody Watley. No, it wasn't Jody Watley. I liked her a lot more.
And Nana Cherry. Wasn't Nana Cherry on there?
No. Oh, good. Anthony said he can be with us next week. So, yay. Maybe Ellen will join us as well.
Yeah, why not? We always get 2 people to replace you. It'd be nice to think that it takes 2 people to replace me.
Right.
An announcement. I think I fixed the chat room in terms of iOS devices. So if you could not, if the chat room was crashing on you during our live shows, I think I've resolved that. I noticed that Sun is still having issues, but I think I have a solution for that. So I'll just have to sit down with her and get that worked out. But
Son,
anyone
if you
else
need me to
knows
come to your house and help you fix that up, I can do that.
It's nice to see Andrew Wonders back in our chat room again. Welcome back, sweetheart. We missed you.
Yes.
And our love to you and your family. I know that it's been a rough few weeks. So, and not the least of which is he's in. Just so you know, Mike Andrews in our kin in Lord of the Rings Online now too.
Oh, very cool.
Hey, whatever happened to Galactrix?
He's still around, I think. He hasn't come into our chat room. But...
Yeah, I was thinking about people that used to be with us all the time, like Omega and Galactrix.
Busy? You know how life gets.
It's not an excuse. Paul stopped listening to us, had a heart attack. I'm just saying.
It is pretty early. I mean, our European listeners...
6 o'clock in the morning on the entire Pacific coast.
I don't understand.
We're really geared for our European listeners, which is like smack dab in the middle of their day. So, you know.
Towards their end of their Sunday, they've probably already done their church thing. They've already
Sunsail lives in another country, and she makes it.
In another country, right. And not
look at Baz. I mean, Baz, it's like Tuesday afternoon or something weird like that.
It's Wednesday afternoon at 3:15 for the start for him.
That's true. Do we have any other? I mean, again, with the Star Trek convention, don't forget we're going to be there. Mark Cushman will be there. His publisher is going to have a separate booth, but he will be joining us on occasion.
It's so fun watching us
signings.
have like all professional emails with them and stuff.
I know. And Kipley Brown will be joining us and signing, selling her autograph at our booth. We're in the midst. I've got the new banners came in this week. They look beautiful. So we have a big 8-foot wide banner, so we can put that across the top, and then a nice banner for the front of one of the tables that says has the logo, and then it says it's all about story on one side, and then so what's your story on the right. And all we have to do now is put together and get together our microphones and the other stuff that we can do, and I need to get a few other things. I know James will be joining us because Kipley will be there, and we're going to talk about RUR. Hopefully we'll be able to do a screening of RUR, the Genesis, the trailer, when we're there. It'll be fun. It's going to be, the Star Trek Las Vegas is going to be a blast. Our friends, our novelists, will be not at the Star Trek convention in Las Vegas. They will be at Shore Leave, attending the Shore Leave convention in Baltimore, talking about Star Trek The Fall, as well as Star Trek Seekers. Won't they be talking about that as well, Nick?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry, I was just thinking that Kipley's going to be at our table, and that makes me happy. She's so damn sweet.
I had gotten confirmation that Alec Peters with Star Trek Axonar will be dropping by.
Oh, nice.
Visiting with us.
We are...
the whole team apparently is going to be there. So, hopefully we can get some of them to come by as well. Not just Alec. So looking forward to that.
We plan on putting these people in the hot seat and having them do their Star Trek story, right? That's what we plan on doing. And we got a request that we try to hunt down and nail down Vic Mignogna to talk about Star Trek Continues. I told that person that we had tried on multiple occasions to nail down Vic Mignogna and talk with him, but unfortunately
I felt very lucky that I got him 2 years ago at Shore Leave.
I think you should feel lucky.
And
he's
James
a
Doohan.
busy man.
Not James Doohan. Yeah, no,
Chris
Doohan.
Chris Doohan. Yeah.
This was before Continues came out.
Right. Now,
Vic is a handsomely rugged man. Let me tell you.
I could see that. I have no doubt. I would like to meet him in person. Maybe one day. One day. We'll see. If you have an idea, bye, Anthony. I know he's got a podcast to do too. If you have an idea,
Baz went to bed. Night, Baz.
If there is if there's somebody you would like for us to interview for a supplemental podcast, please let us know, and we'll do our best. Try to get that person on the show. We can't make any guarantees, of course, but we can darn well try. Mike, what's going on with Gates and all of your other projects? Because there's a lot.
Well, Gates, I've stepped back and passed the leadership on to the gentleman who plays Garth Mike Coleman.
Mike. Aww.
So he is in charge. All the scripts are ready. We are slowly starting to record the main roles for the upcoming season. There's like 18 or 19 or 20 episodes coming out. And once we've got all the main cast recorded, then we're going to be pulling in all of the hundreds or so extra roles that we have, and eventually we will get them all out. But
fantastic,
huge season. So yeah, I'm not in the know anymore, or as in the know as I used to be.
Enough said. But you're still working on. My God, what's with me today, you guys? What's with me? Ziggurat. You're still working on Ziggurat. You're still working with Starfleet.
I did send out the finished second draft of the script to Adrian. She's been busy, so she hasn't had a chance to review it yet. But hopefully she approves. We'll find out. We are, I think, for Blood of the Near, I think we have all the scripts but one, the finale. So we're just waiting on that. George, we're looking at you, man. So Ross is currently on ship. He's doing the Navy thing. So we wish him luck. He's in charge of. Navy thing.
And shout out to Kurtzman Zada. Don't know if you guys know, his grandfather passed away, so it's been a rough couple of weeks for him.
No, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Cushy.
No.
Why did you not? I sent him a note yesterday about something completely oblivious, and he responded, but he didn't tell me. What a sweetheart.
No, because I asked him if he had saw Arrow on Wednesday, and he was like, "No, it's been out of things because grandfather passed away." So I just went to say, "We're thinking about you." Look at me saying nice things to Kush.
Well, it's and Nick, what other projects are you working on other than, I know you get shooting time next week. Huh?
Sleep,
yeah. Well, hopefully I'll be able to concentrate back on reading Ceremony of Losses by David Mack this week. I really want to know what's going on. I'll tell you, these poor Andorians, holy crap, what a mess. What a mess. That's where I'm at right now. I don't want to know what happens.
So what happens when you need 4 people to have a child?
Yeah.
Slowly chugging away at These Are the Voyages Season 2.
You damn Andorians, you take it for granted. Some of us would pay to have a foursome. And it's happening.
Well, Alan started reading book 1 of These Are the Voyages, so he's just starting that off too. Again, that's Mark Cushman's books. They're nonfiction books that are all based off the notes and memoranda that were developed during the production of the original series. It's fantastic.
Something I absolutely love about it is seeing the episodes that could have been.
Right.
He gives us a little preview of what those episodes, of what those scripts, were about, and I was like, oh, that would have been so interesting to see. And then
I know.
He explains why it didn't work or why it wasn't, and it's like, well, as much rewriting as these guys did to scripts, I mean, they would have ended up completely different, but it would have been nice to see some of those ideas come to the screen as well. But some of the ideas got recycled. So good, so good.
Interesting, very interesting. Well, I think that'll pretty much do it, you guys. And I miss you both so much. I can't wait to hug you in person in July. It'll be fun.
Terry, I'll have you know, I was thinking of you. I'm playing Injustice Gods Among Us on my 360. And I just got to chapter 3, and it's Aquaman.
Yay!
Yeah, I know.
I loved Aquaman.
I know you do.
Bearded Aquaman especially. Can't believe she made him shave.
Wow.
I don't like her.
I don't read Aquaman. But because, something we haven't discussed, Terry. Did you read issue 3 of Ms. Marvel?
The Boom has been letting me down lately.
Uh-oh.
I got the first, but they haven't gotten their shipments in almost a month. I am way behind.
Is
So
that
no
them,
spoilers.
though, or is that who they're...
I don't know, but the last 3 times I went in to pick up the stuff from my box, there's been nothing in there. And they keep saying, yeah. Now, I haven't been there in a couple of weeks. Then. You know how far down it is. I can only only go like once a month. So they told me that they should come in the first week of April. But now, because I haven't been able to get down there in a couple of weeks, I haven't been able to pick them up. So hopefully they're all there.
I think 2 weeks ago when I went, I was surprised. It was like even the guy that ran Beyond Comics was like, wow, we got a lot in this week. So, but Ms. Marvel just came out last week. So number 3.
Okay. Yeah, no, I have not yet gotten 2 or 3. So I need to.
Yeah, I think you're going to be really happy with it.
Sweet. Cool. All right, you guys, we will see you next week for episode 141. Don't forget, Mr. Nick will be at Shooty time and we'll be joined by Black Magnum again and possibly Kajiro Vance. Until next week, have a great one. Bye-bye.
Kapla.
Jolan True. Bye, Janice.
Music for the GNT show is provided by Warp 11, Grethor, 5-Year Mission, and Andrew Allen's Smooth Federation.
GNT Show is a Busy Little Beaver production.
Gonna take a 5-year tour. Boldly go where no man's gone before. Gonna travel to the end and make new friends. Move ahead, walk back to 10. Put a mini skirt on my yo man. Represent the human race. And we make space a happy place. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I've sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A 0G. Travel to new worlds. Beam on down and meet some green girls. Gonna see what we can see. A fancy free galaxy. To boldly go where no man's gone before. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you? A 0G community. Come and take a tour with me. There'll be no cons or Kobayashi. Gonna travel to the end and make new friends with aliens. To boldly go where no man's gone before. Space happy. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A 0G community. To boldly go where no man's gone before. Space happy. I think I sang that line once before, but I'm not too sure. We'll be so happy, can't you see? A 0G